Good morning.
Today, we're going to Northwestern Legends Elementary School, where I'll be talking to Darryl Willie, School Board Chairman for Duval County Public Schools. D. Willie in the house.
We're here.
Thanks for being here. Northwestern.
Legends.
Are born.
Legends, yes.
And made.
And made. And elevated.
And elevated.
Every day.
Happy birthday to you. How you, 27?
Hello, sir.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
It's a wonderful day.
I'm glad that you're here today at one of your schools in your district, Northwestern Legends.
That's right, Northwestern
Elementary
Because
School.
legends are made here. They're already legends before, but they're also elevation. They're legendary status.
Legendary status. I love it. I really appreciate you taking the time to chat with me today. I want to start first just having folks get to know you a little bit.
Yeah.
I know, a little bit about your path and your story and what led you to the work that you're doing today.
Such a great question. So I'm a military kid. Actually, my dad's Army. So I was born in Georgia. We moved to Texas and Germany and then North Carolina. So all those different stints and stops I got to see the world and see how things worked in different communities. So whenever I got the opportunity to kind of be at a place where I was going to pick a career, I went to college for one thing and I got into a program, Teach for America, and they sent me to the Mississippi Delta. And my eyes were just wide open about education and community and how and access. And I think from that point, I knew this is what I'm going to be doing for forever. So after that, kind of went off to grad school, worked some higher ed and access programs there, and then end up in Jacksonville. I've been here for 12, 13 years now, and this is home.
Amazing.
Yeah.
What do you think were some of the biggest lessons that you learned when you were teaching?
So many lessons. I think the first one was you can't do it all by yourself. I think sometimes you get in that classroom, you close the door, and you're like, man, this is my classroom, I got to do it all by myself. And so I realized very quickly that I need to lean on other people. And I leaned on Miss Ward. I remember her being across the hall. Even when I didn't have real questions, I would just go sit in her presence because I would see what is she doing after school? How is she grading papers? How is she lesson planning? Just to see how an exemplar in my mind did it. So I think I learned that lesson very early on, that it takes a community. Even though you're one teacher in a classroom, it takes a full community to make sure your students are succeeding.
I wonder what you would say to people who haven't been in schools, don't know. What would you want them to know about Duval County Public Schools specifically?
I would just say that there is brilliance abound in our schools. I see it every day when I step into classrooms or just walk down the hallway and hear conversations. I was actually just in a school yesterday, and I got to sit with the principal and a student who had an idea about a leadership program that they wanted to start. And I just happened to be there. Principal, hey, come sit in this meeting with me. And I just sat back and listened about to this student just articulate why it's necessary, why she wanted to leave a legacy at her school, why she thought the sophomores and freshmen at the school would benefit from it. And I was like, wise beyond years. And I think oftentimes we have to take a step back to listen to what our students and these young people are saying, because there's so much brilliance inside their minds. And when we allow them sort of that space to be able to articulate that, man, we could really change some things.
So you have been a supporter of City Year before you were on the school board. For a long time, probably the entire time that we've been here.
They call me an early adopter, is what it is, in the world of it all. I'm an early adopter of City Year. No, I've definitely been here since the very beginning. I remember the moments when City Year was coming and the energy behind it, and it was, to this day, I still think that the community is sort of feeding off of that moment when it's hey, we're bringing this amazing organization, such powerful energy, and I see that continued. It's continued for 10 years now.
Yeah. If someone, if you were talking to someone who doesn't know about City Year, what would you want them to know and understand about our work and the impact that you've seen over the last 10 years?
City Year is a critical piece to the work being done in our schools. I would also say that when I talk to my principals, it's easy to know if a program is working or something is good because the principals will come back and let you know. They're unabashed when it comes to, hey, I'll let you know what's good and what's not. And every single principal that I've had speaks so well and raves about City Year because of what they're able to accomplish with our young people. And I think that's what I'd want people to know. Like, it is a powerful organization with young people who are motivated to get in and really do the work. And you can't beat that. As a principal, as a school leader, as a school board member, bring them on. Bring on more of them, like at the end of the day, because we need folks to be in our schools because it helps us, our success. Yep.
I love it. I know you're always thinking kind of forward and future, how you might think about the needs for our district and, you know, the future of City Year and how we're, you know, staying in lockstep with you all as leaders of our district.
When I think about sort of where we're going as a district, we have so many opportunities with technology and all those sorts of pieces, but there's still a piece where our young people need the time and attention. Like they need it. They need sort of that ability to interact with somebody in a way to help the socialization piece, but also some of their academics. And I think that's where, in my opinion, City Year fits right there. Like, there's an opportunity to really embrace an opportunity to really sit with a young person, get to know them, build that relationship, because we're losing sight of that a bit. Not just in schools, but in the world and communities in general. Like, we're the formative relationships that we have. So I think if we can continue to sort of build those out, and folks can say, I have this person that I'm looking forward to seeing. I have this person that I can have a conversation with. And hopefully that sort of spreads throughout not just the City Year, but throughout a whole school, throughout a whole community. And if you can have that, then I think we're going to be in a better place mentally. Because I think a lot of this has to do with folks' mental health. And I think those relationships help to build that positive piece there.
Well, thank you.
Anytime, every time.
I appreciate you taking the time. And you have been an inspiration to me from afar for a long time. I have learned a lot from your leadership. You have been a mentor and a friend to me as I've grown in my path. Also, I did not realize we had the military brat in common.
Okay.
So
that's why.
That's the connection. My dad was also in the military, so I learned something new today as well. It's amazing. Thank you for being here and taking the time.
Anytime. Pleasure's mine.